Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here, coming to you live from Arizona. As you can see from the pictures in the background. How are you? I took a little hiatus from my live at 5 so I could catch my own breath and piece together things in my mind that I have been working on, things that were really taking a long time to generate, took a lot of energy out of me. And then I had the opportunity to take a trip. And so I decided that I would take some days for myself to let down. You know how it goes, right? To take some breaths and bring it down, bring it down, bring it down a notch. And so I did that for the last half of last week. And I decided that this Live at 5 experience, my daily Live at 5 broadcast, is too important for me to take another week off. I have created a business, I have created a life where my life and business are integrated. And so sometimes when I'm on a trip, not if I'm really taking a vacation, but if I'm on a trip, I do my business still. And then I have fun on my trip visiting the people I'm seeing. I also get to do my business, and it's really a beautiful thing. I've spent many, many years working to create this life, and now I'm living it. So here I am, so happy to be here with you. I want to start today by asking, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? How's it going? We crossed over into February. We had a palindrome day yesterday, which was really fun to read about and learn about and think about. And so I want to ask you, now that we're in February, how's it going? How are you feeling? We're full on into 2020 now. So many of us did a lot of work at the end of the year, speaking with you about the idea of moving into a new year, starting a new decade. It's 2020. A lot of people have used 2020 in their marketing and branding, their messaging, 2020 vision, right? See clearly for yourself. We are in it. I'm in it also. And so I have been thinking about what to do with my own lives, about what to do with my own work, my online course, my webinars, my coaching. And so that's why I want to know from you how you are and how you're doing. You know, I always do my own work. So I decided to do a 5-part series this week on a very important topic. The topic I'm calling, the title is On Personal Struggle. Now, this has come from a place of many, many conversations that I've had with coaching clients, and as well, my own, I got struggles. I'm human. I'm the confidence coach, but I still have struggles because I'm human. Life is not perfect. And so from my own struggles around some of my business things that I'm trying, or some personal concerns that I have been working with my own tools and really piecing things together myself on this topic. And so I decided that this week I am going to be talking about this all week. We are going to have a 5-part series, and I'll be coming to you from different places in Arizona where I am. On personal struggle. 100% of all people deal with this topic. 100% of all people deal with personal struggle. Anybody who tells you that they don't simply is living a myth. Even the most totally zen people cannot really truly be in that space all the time. And so if you follow me, if you've watched me, if you've learned from me, if you've been a client of mine, you know that I say it's not the struggle that's the problem. It's not the personal struggle that's the problem. The problem is not getting okay with that little piece of struggle. The problem is not being okay with being in the struggle. Instead, we want to figure out how to deal with, cope, manage, work through personal struggle. So personal struggle presents itself in many ways. It may be in your personal life, in your personal relationships, in your business, with your finances. It may be with your body. It could be all kinds of things. And one of the things that I would like to speak with you today is about what is underlying your personal struggle, anyone's personal struggle. What is underlying personal struggle? The answer often is fear. If you open up and take a breath and think about this idea, about what you find for yourself when you feel yourself being in some kind of personal struggle, if you come to conscious awareness of the struggle I'm in, the fact that you're even in a struggle now, if you've been following me, if you've learned from me, then you may recognize that I'm talking about the Confident Life Cycle tool, right? The triggers. I'm not going to go into that today. But if you can ask yourself, what's happening here? When you find yourself lacking confidence, when you find yourself in worry, when you find yourself in anxiety, if you ask yourself what's happening here, then all will be revealed. And keep asking yourself this until you get down to a place of fear. Well, I'm really afraid that. I'm really, underlying worry and anxiety is some kind of fear. That is always underlying worry and anxiety. And our work together is to breathe and really break through and break down all of these ideas so that you can get to what is that fear that is underlying my personal struggle. I wanted to just lay this groundwork today, and over the course of this week we'll talk about some different areas of personal struggle that most of us deal with. In my own thinking about this, I have done my own work. As you know, I do my own work. I realized that often what underlies fear is failure. Often or I should say creates fear, because fear is the thing that is often underlying, but what creates the fear point is some kind of fear of failure. Now, we started with the idea about on personal struggle. We're coming through to what's underlying my personal struggle about this, that, or the other thing. And we're talking about fear. And one of the things that I wanted to speak with you about today, to really have you think about and consider, to write about, perhaps if you're motivated to process, to really integrate, is some type of failure. What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? If we can come to the point of seeing that we're worried about some type of failure, some type or other of failure, then we can begin to address the failure. And in our lives as adult humans, this is the thing that creates struggle so much. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the type of thing that creates so much struggle. It's the fear of failing in some way, shape, or form. What leads to this is, wait for it, expectations. Expectations. Unmet expectations leads to feeling failure. And then when you feel that failure point, you're in that personal struggle. And there's this fear of, what if I don't get it right? What if I fail on this? Can you see that loop, that circle, that cycle that we get ourselves in? Can you see that? That's what I wanted to talk with you about today. My friend Judy is here. Hi, Judy. Thank you for finding me. Good to see you online. I'm talking about personal struggle today and really opening that up because I'm here to speak truth with you. I feel it is so important for each and every one of us to be willing, through taking that breath and finding your place of inner control and power, really committing to doing whatever it takes for your personal responsibility. And that's why I titled this series on personal struggle. The struggle is personal. Now, of course, if you're a worker and you're reporting to somebody else and there's chaos at work and this and that, of course, there's external and factors that do weigh on you. Even still in that scenario, oftentimes we have this struggle of worrying about if I can, about failing, and really worrying about if I can do this right, if I'm going to get this right. Now, ultimately, you know that what I say and what I've done for myself is, once I take my personal responsibility, that's the best that I can do. And if I'm in a situation where somebody else is all chaosy over there and I'm doing the truly best I can with what I have, then I can reduce the feeling, the apprehension, the struggle, the fear, the worry elevates to anxiety. And what will happen? I can feel more confident that I'm doing what I can. Ultimately, if we find ourselves in that place because that other person is constantly showering that over us, we want to see what we can do about limiting that exposure. But if it's your mother, your sister, your boss, or your husband or wife, that may be hard to do. That's a whole other conversation I'm not going to have right now. Today, I wanted to just lay some groundwork about the idea of being in personal struggle. So why am I doing this? Now, I don't know if you saw my spontaneous live from last Sunday night, but I talked about it then. I'm going to talk about it again, and I'm going to be talking about this a lot, because it is incumbent upon each and every one of us to take the responsibility, get the control, and do what we can about what matters to us. Judy is noticing my friend's artwork in the background. Yes, I'm staying at my dear friend's house, and she is an art collector. So maybe I'll take you on a little tour sometime. I'll do a little live tour of my friend's art collection. Sorry, Judy distracted me. So my work, my commitment, my desire in this series this week is to not nail you for being in personal struggle, because we're human. It's fine to be in personal struggle, but to sort of open up, like breathe and open up and enlighten you, in order for you to lighten yourself in order to do what is on your mind to get done at this time. You choose what you are going to do about what you're reading about, thinking about, and worrying about. There's a lot of time. We're still early. We're not even quite yet in the middle of the first quarter of the year. We have a whole year ahead of us, and there's a lot to be done. Now, for you, it may be your business. There may be a lot to get done in your business. For you, it may be a relationship. There may be a lot to get done in a relationship to purge and alleviate your heart and your soul to allow you to be standing in the confidence zone. And I am opening up all of this today with a sort of introductory conversation around personal struggle, coming down to that fear point that underlies personal struggle so that we can grab the control that we can. And there you have it for today. Okay? So tomorrow we are going to continue the conversation on personal struggle. If you would like to share in the comments a personal struggle that you're dealing with, go right ahead. I'll be happy to use it as an example. I'll be happy to speak with you about it. We all have personal struggles. So do I. I have a personal struggle around one piece of my business. I do something really cool, the totally most amazing thing, but it's not really strong yet. I didn't have strong outcomes. I got a personal struggle about that. But maybe I didn't do this. Maybe I didn't do that. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. I got to open up myself and see what is the fear point underneath of failing in some way that makes it a personal struggle for me. Maybe it's exactly as it is meant to be. I won't know that if I'm worrying in a struggling mindset about the feelings of failure around that thing. I realize I'm slowing down the cadence of my speech because this is deep stuff and I really want you to get it. Okay? All right. So let's take a breath. Shake it off because when you get into talking about personal struggle, it kind of hovers around you. That's not my intention for today. You can wave off that energy and but we are going to continue the conversation because I want to open it up and see if we can break through some of this. And by Friday, we're going to see how we feel. So, yay! Smiley faces from Judy. I have someone on my Color Street team. I'm so excited for you. Breakthrough in personal struggle. And Judy, I got my Color Street nail strips and we're going to do them. I haven't done them yet, but I'll show you when I do them. And I want to thank you and I'm excited about that. Okay, folks, that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for listening to this important topic. And I will see you tomorrow to continue the conversation about personal struggle. All right, take care. Bye.